Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. The deal for Jarrad Branthwaite is off. It looks like it's off anyway because we've got a massive update from David Ornstein. Also an update on Yoro, which probably becomes more important now. Where do you go if the Branthwaite deal's off and Yoro goes to Madrid? Because I'm scared that we could end up with a situation where we keep Maguire and Lindelof and Evans and we just have De Ligt and Martinez, which would be a bloody nightmare because it won't take long for us to be playing on the edge of our box again with a massive void in the midfield. So Ineos need to be worried about that. Well, not worried, but wary. But what's the latest? This is a David Ornstein update, so you can take it as read. Amadou Onana's move to Aston Villa all but ends any chance of Everton signing Jarrad Branthwaite, barring huge bids similar to Maguire, Fofana and Vardiel's transfer fees. Now, if I hear that as a brief again from Everton, I think I'm going to lose it. I mean, just incredible that the Everton Football Club have people within that football club who are happy to say to David Ornstein, we want huge bids, and don't forget to mention Maguire, Fofana and Vardiel. I mean, it's incredibly thick, but they have got a right to say they want £70 million. I'm not taking that away from them. That's up to them. I think they're wrong, but that's up to them. But to brief it, that to mention Maguire, Fofana and Vardiel is incredible, considering Maguire and Fofana would be two examples of why not to spend £80 million on a centre-back, because they both flopped. Why would Everton associate Branthwaite's the asking price with two flops? And Vardiel also played regularly in the Champions League for Leipzig, who were way better than Everton, and he had a much better pedigree. So why would you even think they're the same? But look, it's up to them what they say. It's what we do that matters, and it's up to us what we do. We walk now. I mean, look, Ineos are in a great position here where if they walk away from that deal, it's been played out so publicly that no United fan is going to go, wow, we should have paid the money. We should have paid the money. You know, every United fan I read or see or listen to is saying, walk away. I mean, some of you don't even rate Branthwaite. So what would you do now? Because as I said, if we walk away, I'm sure we're going to get De Ligt. Yoro, we've got an update on, but it's still a very difficult deal to do. If we're left with De Ligt, Martinez, Maguire, Lindelof, Evans as our 5 centre-back roster, I'm scared. I'm scared about that because Martinez and De Ligt, you cannot rely on them being fit every single game. And there will need to be rotation. Now, De Ligt and Martinez will push that defensive line up because that's what they want to do. But the minute you take one of them out through injury, suspension or whatever, you bring Maguire in, you bring Lindelof in, you bring Evans in, back we go to the edge of the box, and then there's that big void in the midfield again, and we're getting run through like Allbrand. It will be absolutely messy, and we've got to look at that. And it doesn't matter about Ruud and Rennie and Ten Hag's dream team and Ineos and anything like that. That would be a huge error, in my opinion. So what do you do? Because look, you know what? We look at Ten Hag staying, we look at Xerxes coming in, we look at some of the talks that are going on, you look at Barada, and you say, you know what, Ineos are making changes here, we're doing good stuff. But they're always teetering on the edge. You know, some people just want to dream. And what if the reality is that this all goes tits up and it doesn't work out? And these are the warning areas. You know, the warning areas are, you know, be very careful about your squad and the mentality because clicks and downing tools will still happen. And also be very careful about things like, well, we want 3 centre-backs, but let's wait a year and see what the situation is with Branthwaite, and we'll just stick with Maguire, Lindelof and Evans. It's a tactical mess that we saw last season. We cannot do that. We've got to bring in a centre-back that, like De Ligt and Martinez, will want to push us up. And, you know, it would be a completely and utterly imbalanced centre-back roster to have 2 who can play a high line and 3 who can't. So we've got to get a 3rd centre-back in. We walk from Branthwaite, though. What I would do is this. We walk from Branthwaite. I like Branthwaite, by the way. I've said this consistently. And what I would say to Branthwaite on the way out is, we're really sorry. You know, we've done what we can. All right, the first bid was a bit low to see if Everton would negotiate. They wouldn't. We've then gone in with a realistic 45 plus 5 to negotiate from. And they've just said every single time, we want silly money. We really want you. You were the number 1 choice. We can't do any more than that because we're not going to pay stupid money for anybody. So we'll leave it with you, Branthwaite. If you've got to take an issue with anyone, take it up with Everton. And I think that, you know, we've all said this. If you want to earn respect, you're going to have to burn a deal. And I think this one could be the one where Man United go, we really wanted this player. All our fans know we really wanted this player. We scouted this player. We were willing to offer a reasonable fee for this player, and Everton wanted stupid money. And we as a football club have been hung out to dry for the last decade, and we cannot let that happen anymore. We are in an impossible position where we cannot pay what Everton are demanding. Whether we think it's unreasonable or not, we cannot pay that price, and we're not going to pay that price. And if somebody else wants to, fine. And as I said, good luck, Everton, if you think you're going to get £60 million for Branthwaite at any point in the next 3 years. I mean, genuinely good luck if you think that that's realistic, because what you're asking for is incredible. And look, hopefully the player can just get his head down and carry on with Everton, because it must be disappointing in some ways. If Man United's the move he wants, it must be disappointing that, you know, he's been priced out of the market by Everton, who knows what they're going to do next season. But we've got to move on. Everton can ask for what they like. As I said, I think it's embarrassing that they're mentioning Vardy, Maguire and Fofana, because they're not good examples of spending a lot of money on a centre-back. But I mean, Vardy is, but he's got a pedigree, and it's Man City who spent £100 million on Grealish. You can't. If Man City wanted Branthwaite, by all means charge 80 million. They can bloody afford it, but we can't. So it's a flawed argument to mention Vardy, Maguire and Fofana. But look, where I would go now is, obviously you've got Yoro. Could that work? We're hearing the latest from Spain is that Real Madrid will not pay any more than 34. Now, we've offered 44. But Lille don't have the power in this. This is a unique transfer where if Yoro wants to go to Real Madrid, then it doesn't matter that we've offered more, because what will happen is Yoro will refuse Man United. Lille will say, we want you to go Man United because they've offered more money. We'll drift into August. It will get close to the end of the transfer window, and Lille will have a decision to make. Let him go to Real Madrid for 34, or let him run his contract down and go for nothing next year. And they'll do that deal. So we're powerless in the Yoro deal. Doesn't matter what Real Madrid are willing to pay, because if he runs his contract down, then Lille will do a deal with Madrid. So that's irrelevant. We probably won't get Yoro. If we do get Yoro, and we have got De Ligt, then we're fine, because we've got the two centre-backs that we want. If we don't get Yoro and we're walking from Branthwaite, which we must do, and let me just say on Branthwaite, I'm saying we should walk. I'm sure many of you in the comments are saying we should walk. If United go in and give him 60 plus 10, what's changed? You know, we're meant to be different. We're meant to be doing things differently. That would be a stupid deal. But it doesn't mean that Ineos won't do it, but it would be a stupid deal financially. I like the player, but not at that price. And also, we'd be losing to Everton like we lost to Dortmund with Sancho, like we lost with Sporting with Bruno, like we lost to Palace with Wan-Bissaka, like we lost to Ajax with Anthony. These clubs, you know, we can't have that publicly out there that we've been beaten by Everton in the transfer negotiations. So I just don't see how United can do that. So if you've only got De Ligt, you can't get Branthwaite, you can't get Yoro, where do you go? Well, look, you move on. I like the idea of a Nacho because he's left-footed and we need that, but maybe we're not that interested in him now, but that will be cheaper than Branthwaite, you know, but maybe we're not fancying that. There's another centre-back at Sporting Lisbon in Diamonde. There's Bremer that we looked at from Juventus. There are other centre-backs out there, and I think we have to do it. I think it's interesting, Guehi, actually, because I know for a fact that we've been looking at Guehi for a long time. I mentioned it back in February. The issue with Guehi is that, yes, his contract is up in 2 years and he won't sign a new deal, but he's also had a good Euros. So straight away, I think Palace would go, we want 60. But if United offer 45 plus 5 and Palace are willing to negotiate, then is Guehi a better deal than Branthwaite? I mean, yes, Branthwaite's left-footed, but Guehi's been playing as a left-sided centre-back for England anyway. And he can play a high line. So that might be an option as well. I mean, all I want us to do is buy two centre-backs to go with Martinez, because if we don't, we've got Maguire, Lindelof and Evans as our backup centre-backs, all of which want to play deep, which will kill the way we want to play. And that's what happened last year. We wanted to play a high line, we couldn't do it. So we've got to get a third centre-back who can do that, and Guehi can do that. And it'd be very interesting, actually, if we brought Guehi in, who took Maguire's place in the England team, and Maguire's trying to win it back with Guehi starting for Man United ahead of him, but that's irrelevant. So that's what I would do. Let us know in the comments what you would do, but I think we move on. We move on and we go for another target. And look, it would be a big message to send out there to clubs in the future that we will walk away from deals, even though we really want a player. But that's what I would do. We're back live at 8 o'clock, by the way. But, I just wanted to mention as well, remember this morning I mentioned the book, and we have got a competition alongside it. So if you've ordered a book or you're going to order a book, pre-order it now. Click the link or scan the QR code. I'll show you in a minute. Link's in the description. But when you click the link, go to Chance to Win. This is the best thing to do to enter the tournament. So go to Chance to Win, the penguin thing, and then you'll see win top prizes, coaching session with me, pint with me, signed football. There's a load of stuff to do. All you got to do is drop your name in there, send an email and receipt number, etc. You can order the book by just clicking on there, and there it is, hardback, eBack. Worldwide, go Amazon. To get the book. If you're not worldwide, then the best thing to do is WH Smith or whatever. But fill in your details there. But the most exciting thing really is the afternoon, is the pint with Mark Goldbridge, because we're going to do this at the actual Goldbridge Arms, and it's not just one person. So it's going to be, as many as we can get in the room, really. But it'll be an afternoon/evening of food and drink and a chat, and at a more manageable level than it's ever been at any of the shows that people may well have been to. So, and obviously you can bring your book and get it signed if you want to. So check it out. You can scan the QR code next to me to do that now, or pre-order your book and make sure that you enter the competition if you'd like to win some of those prizes. I'm back with you live at 8 o'clock tonight. The link's in the description as well. Get your comments in about what you would do with Branthwaite as well. But yeah, I think we walk and we buy another centre-back. I certainly don't want to stick in with what we've got. Take care, everyone. Speak to you in a bit. Don't forget to enter the competition. I'll see you in a mo.